Welcome, folks. Today, we're navigating through a tumultuous time after Trump's conviction on all 34 counts. Now, this isn't about politics. This is about preparedness. It's about foreseeing the potential for civil unrest and taking steps to stay safe, secure, and sound in the midst of it all. We'll talk about how heightened political tensions might bring about protests, increased law enforcement presence, disruption of daily life, and even targeted violence. But don't worry, we're not here to scare you. We're here to prepare you. We'll walk you through staying informed, securing your home, stockpiling essentials, planning for evacuation, strengthening community ties, self-defense preparedness, setting up a communication plan, and maintaining cash and fuel reserves. So buckle up. Being prepared can make all the difference. So let's dive in. Civil unrest can manifest in many ways. Understanding these can help us prepare effectively. In the aftermath of a significant event like the conviction of a prominent political figure, heightened political tensions are almost a given. These tensions can sometimes lead to large-scale protests, both peaceful and otherwise. No matter where you stand on the political spectrum, it's essential to realize that these demonstrations can create volatile situations, potentially sparking civil unrest. But it's not just the actions of the public that can lead to upheaval. In response to these tensions, there's likely to be an increased presence of law enforcement, and possibly even the National Guard. While these forces are there to maintain order, their presence can often escalate situations, leading to confrontations and further fueling civil unrest. In such situations, the disruption of daily life is a significant concern. Protests and increased enforcement can lead to road closures and restricted access to certain areas. Supply chains can also be disrupted, affecting the availability of food, water, and other daily necessities. If you've ever seen empty store shelves during a crisis, you'll understand the importance of planning ahead. Another potential implication of civil unrest is targeted violence and vandalism. While it's not something we like to think about, the reality is that during periods of civil unrest, businesses and homes can become targets. This could be due to their perceived political affiliations, or they could be targeted opportunistically by those looking to take advantage of the chaos. Knowledge is power, as they say, and understanding these potential implications of civil unrest can help you prepare effectively. By staying informed, securing your home, stockpiling essentials, and having an evacuation plan, you can ensure the safety of yourself and your loved ones. Strengthening community ties and self-defense preparedness are also crucial aspects to consider. And don't forget about a communication plan and keeping cash and fuel reserves. These can be lifesavers in a crisis. Awareness of these implications is the first step towards preparedness. The key is to not be caught off guard. By understanding the potential implications of civil unrest, you can better plan and prepare, ensuring you're ready for whatever comes your way. Remember, it's not about living in fear. It's about being prepared. So let's roll up our sleeves and get ready, because preparedness is a journey, not a destination. Information is power, especially during times of unrest. In rapidly changing situations, having access to up-to-date information is not just a convenience, it's a lifeline. As the adage goes, forewarned is forearmed. Staying informed means more than just tuning into the nightly news. It means keeping an ear to the ground, being aware of what's happening in your local community, and understanding the broader political landscape. Local news outlets can provide valuable insights into what's happening in your immediate area, from road closures to emergency services updates. However, bear in mind that during periods of civil unrest, these outlets may be stretched thin, or could even become targets themselves. Social media can serve as a useful tool in these instances. Platforms like Twitter and Facebook often offer real-time updates from individuals on the ground. But remember, social media has its pitfalls. Rumors can spread quickly, and not every post comes from a reliable source. So it's crucial to verify information before acting on it. Look for consensus among multiple sources and be wary of posts that seem designed to incite fear or anger. Beyond your local area, it's important to understand the wider political context. National news outlets, podcasts, and online forums can provide a broader perspective on the situation. In addition to staying informed, you should also consider how you can use this information to make timely decisions. If protests are planned for your area, it might be wise to avoid certain routes on your commute. If tensions are rising, it might be time to double-check your supplies or revisit your evacuation plan. Information is your first line of defense in times of civil unrest. It can provide crucial insights into what's happening, what might happen next, and how best to respond. It's not about fear-mongering or panic, but about being prepared and making informed decisions. Stay informed. Stay safe. Your home is your fortress. Let's discuss how to fortify it. In times of civil unrest, your home becomes your first line of defense. It's more than just a dwelling, it's your sanctuary, your keep, a place where you and your loved ones can feel safe and secure. But how do you ensure this safety? Let's start with fortifying your home. This doesn't mean turning your home into a fortress with a moat and drawbridge. Instead, consider reinforcing your doors and windows. This could be as simple as adding deadbolt locks to your doors, installing window security film, or even upgrading to security doors and windows. Next, consider a home security system. There's a wide variety of systems available, from simple alarm systems to more comprehensive systems that include cameras and motion sensors. Choose a system that suits your needs and your budget. Remember, the goal is to deter potential threats and to alert you if your home's security is breached. Lighting is another key aspect of home security. Well-lit exteriors can deter potential intruders. Consider installing motion-activated lights around the perimeter of your home. Now let's talk about a quick action plan. This is essentially a plan of action for securing your home quickly in the event of an immediate threat. It could be as simple as a checklist of doors and windows to secure, or it could include more complex tasks like activating a security system or moving to a safe room. Finally, let's talk about the psychological aspect of home security. A home that appears occupied is less likely to be targeted. So even if you're not at home, use timers to turn on lights or a radio. Make it seem like someone is always home. Remember, the goal isn't to create a fortress that's impregnable, but rather a home that's less appealing to potential threats. By taking these steps, you can make your home a safer place for you and your loved ones. Remember, a secure home is a safe haven. In times of unrest, we must ensure our basic needs are met. This is where the art of stockpiling comes into play. Now, stockpiling isn't about hoarding. It's about being prepared and ensuring you have enough supplies to sustain you and your loved ones if your usual sources become unavailable. Let's start with the basics, food and water. When it comes to food, aim for a mix of canned goods, dry foods like rice and beans, and long-lasting staples like honey and peanut butter. Don't forget about comfort foods either. A little chocolate or a cup of your favorite tea can go a long way in boosting morale when times are tough. Remember, the goal is to have enough food to last each person in your household for at least 2 weeks. Now, water. The general rule of thumb is to have 1 gallon of water per person per day. This accounts for drinking, cooking, and basic hygiene. So for a family of 4, you'd want to have at least 56 gallons of water on hand for a 2-week period. Medications are another essential. Stockpile any prescription medications you or your family members need. Also consider over-the-counter medications for common ailments like pain, allergies, and upset stomach. Beyond these basics, think about other necessities like toilet paper, feminine hygiene products, baby supplies if you have little ones, and pet food if you have furry friends. Now let's talk about storage. Storing your stockpile in a cool, dry place is key. Use shelving to keep things organized and rotate your stockpile to keep items fresh. This means using the oldest items first and replacing them with new ones. Lastly, don't forget about tools and equipment. A good flashlight and plenty of batteries, a multi-tool, a manual can opener, a first aid kit, and a battery-operated or hand-crank radio are all essentials in a crisis. Proper stockpiling can ensure survival during the most challenging times. Remember, it's better to be prepared and not need it than to need it and not be prepared. Sometimes the best defense is a good escape plan. In times of civil unrest, having a well-prepared evacuation plan is not just a safety net, it's a lifeline. It's like having a road map when all the signposts have been toppled. But what does a good evacuation plan entail? Firstly, you need to identify multiple evacuation routes from your home. You might think the direct route to safety is the best, but in reality it might be blocked or too dangerous. It's good to have a handful of alternatives, including the less obvious ones. Consider all possible modes of transportation: foot, car, bike, even a boat if you're near water. Next, let's talk about the go bag. This is your survival kit on the move. It should contain enough supplies to last you at least 72 hours. Think about the essentials: food, water, medication, clothing, and shelter. Don't forget important documents like identification, medical records, and a hard copy of your contacts list. But it's not just about the physical items. You should also include tools for communication and navigation. A battery-powered or hand-crank radio can keep you updated about the situation. Maps, a compass, or a GPS device can guide you when technology fails. And remember, each member of your family should have their own go bag, tailored to their specific needs. If you have pets, don't forget about them. Include food, water, and any necessary medication for them as well. A crucial part of your evacuation plan is knowing when to execute it. Timing is everything. Too early, and you may leave unnecessarily. Too late, and you risk being trapped. Keep an eye on the news, follow trusted sources, and make an informed decision. Lastly, practice your plan. Run drills, test your routes, unpack and repack your go bag. Familiarity breeds confidence, and confidence can keep you calm in a crisis. A well-planned evacuation can save lives. So take the time now to map your routes, pack your go bag, and practice your plan. Because when it comes to survival, being prepared is half the battle won. In times of crisis, our community is our strength. Remember, we're not just preparing for ourselves. We're preparing for our families, our friends, and our neighbors. When the chips are down, it's the people around us who can make the difference between despair and hope. Building relationships within your local community can provide a vital support network during periods of civil unrest. You never know when you might need a helping hand, or when your skills and resources could be a lifeline for someone else. These connections can also provide a sense of security and mutual trust, which can be invaluable in times of uncertainty. Consider, for instance, the power of a neighborhood watch. In times of peace, it's an extra set of eyes and ears, helping to keep everyone safe. In times of unrest, it's a network of individuals ready to protect their homes and each other. But how do we forge these ties? It's not always easy, especially in an increasingly digital age. Start by reaching out. Attend local events, join neighborhood groups, or simply make a point of greeting your neighbors. Share resources, knowledge, and skills. Offer help when you can, and never be afraid to ask for it when you need it. And remember, maintaining these connections is just as important as establishing them. Keep communication lines open, check in on each other, and always be there for one another. Building and maintaining strong community ties can take time and effort, but the rewards are immeasurable. So, let's start today. Reach out to a neighbor, join a local group, or simply share a friendly wave. Because when we stand together, we stand strong. And remember, as we navigate these uncertain times, it's not just about surviving, but about thriving. And we thrive best when we do it together. Together, we can weather any storm. Self-defense is a vital part of preparedness. Let's dive into some non-lethal self-defense tools you can consider. Pepper spray, for instance, is a popular choice due to its portability and ease of use. It can incapacitate an assailant long enough for you to escape and seek help. Stun guns are another option, delivering a high-voltage shock that can deter potential threats. Then there's the personal alarm. These devices emit a loud noise when activated, attracting attention and potentially scaring off an attacker. Don't forget about self-defense keychains either, which can be disguised as everyday items, but are designed to be used as weapons if needed. A word of caution though, before you go out and buy any of these tools, make sure you're well versed in your local laws. Some places have restrictions on certain self-defense tools, so it's crucial to ensure you're within your legal rights. Now, having these tools is one thing, but knowing how to use them effectively is another. It's essential to get proper training to maximize their potential. This could be a structured self-defense class or even online tutorials. The key is to practice until you're comfortable with the tool and confident in your ability to use it under stress. Safety should always be top of mind. Always handle these tools responsibly, and remember, they are a last resort. Avoid conflicts when possible and use these tools only when absolutely necessary to protect yourself or others. In the event of civil unrest, situations can escalate quickly, and it's crucial to have a plan. This includes knowing when to stand your ground, when to seek help, and when to retreat. Having a well-thought-out strategy can help you stay calm and make informed decisions in high-stress scenarios. Remember, the aim of self-defense isn't to engage in combat, but to create an opportunity for escape and survival. It's about giving you the confidence and capability to protect yourself and your loved ones if the need arises. Being prepared to defend yourself can make all the difference. Communication is key during times of unrest. When the usual channels of communication are disrupted, a well-planned strategy becomes your lifeline. It's essential to establish a reliable communication plan with your family and friends. This plan should detail how to reach each other, where to meet, and what to do if the primary plan fails. Start by creating a list of emergency contacts. This list should include everyone in your immediate circle and anyone you'd want to reach in an emergency. Make sure everyone in your group has a copy of this list and knows how to use it. Next, decide on a primary meeting place. This could be your home, a local landmark, or any location that's easy for everyone to reach. But don't stop there. It's also crucial to determine a secondary meeting place in case the first one is inaccessible. In today's digital age, our first instinct might be to rely on our cell phones. But in times of crisis, cell service can be unreliable or even non-existent. Therefore, consider investing in alternative communication devices like walkie-talkies or ham radios. These can be invaluable tools when cell towers are down or the network is overloaded. Also, remember that communication isn't just about talking, it's also about listening. A battery-operated or hand-crank radio can provide vital information from local authorities or news outlets. Lastly, don't forget to plan for the possibility that all communication methods could fail. Develop a system of signals or messages that can be left at predetermined locations. These could be notes, symbols, or even colored ribbons tied to a tree. The key here is to make sure everyone understands the system and knows how to use it. Having a well-thought-out communication plan can make a world of difference during times of civil unrest. It can help ensure everyone's safety and keep you connected when it matters most. Remember, in times of crisis, information is power, and communication is the key to harnessing that power. Stay connected, stay safe. Cash and fuel, the lifelines in a crisis. In a world of electronic payments, we often forget the power of cold, hard cash. During times of civil unrest, ATMs and card payment systems may falter. This is why having a reserve of cash on hand is crucial. While the amount varies based on your needs, a good rule of thumb is to keep enough to cover a month's worth of expenses. Just as important is fuel. A full tank of fuel can be the difference between safety and danger. It can power your vehicle, heat your home, or even trade for other essentials. Aim to keep at least a week's worth of fuel stored safely. Where to store them? Cash is best kept in a secure, hidden location in your home, while fuel should be stored in a well-ventilated, cool area, away from living spaces. With these reserves, you can navigate through most crises. We've covered a lot of ground today, from understanding the potential implications of civil unrest, to staying informed with reliable sources, securing your home, and stockpiling essentials. We've also touched on the importance of having an evacuation plan and strengthening community ties. And let's not forget about self-defense preparedness, setting up a communication plan, and maintaining cash and fuel reserves. All these steps play a significant role in preparing for civil unrest. It's crucial to take these steps seriously and start preparing now. Preparedness isn't about fear, it's about empowerment. It's about taking control of your own safety and well-being and those of your loved ones. Don't forget to subscribe for more prepping and survival tips. We're all in this together, sharing knowledge and helping each other stay safe. Remember, preparedness is the key to survival. Stay safe, everyone.